Hey everybody, welcome back to our vlog. My name is Reagan Prescator. I'm a sales representative at LePage Performance Realty and a member of Michael Schurter and Associates Ottawa real estate team.
And I'm Michael Schurter, real estate broker for LePage Performance Realty and team lead for Schurter and Associates.
So today we're going to talk to you guys a little bit about the selling process and what that looks like here in Ottawa. We're going to talk about how to start out and what to do when you decide to sell your home.
So the number one question that I get asked when I'm just out hanging out with friends and family is, how do I begin the process of selling my home? What's the first steps? And so normally we don't really know that we're ready to sell today, but we know that we're thinking about selling. We want to get started in the process. And normally I just say, reach out. We're happy to help out from the beginning of the process. And the more guidance that we can share with you now, the easier the process is for you and the more value we can add to the process along the way. So, I mean,
Okay.
the best way to start the process is reach out.
Yeah, so I've reached out to you and I've decided, I'm thinking about selling my home. I'm a little on the fence. I want to understand the process better. And you tell me that I need to do or recommend doing a preliminary walkthrough. So what does that look like?
So a preliminary walkthrough is more of a meet and greet, and it's a meet and greet for me as a real estate agent with you as a seller, but it's also a meet and greet for me in the house. So we can kind of see what your house could need to get sold for the highest dollars and sell it faster. But we can also help you by preventing you from selling mistakes, like spending an extra $30,000 on your kitchen to only get a $10,000 extra profit when you sell. So that preliminary walkthrough allows us to give some just generic guidance. It allowed me to help you out with finding contractors. Maybe you have a 26-year-old furnace and it's going to definitely bring down our selling value, and there'll be value in adding a new furnace, but we can connect you with our people that we're used to working with and we know will serve you right.
Okay, so we've done our preliminary walkthrough. We've decided to work together and I've decided, okay, it's my time and I'm ready to list my house. So why don't we talk a little bit about the preparatory work that goes into getting my home in the best possible shape to put it up to list?
So this is always the most difficult or time-consuming task for the sellers, is just getting your home ready to sell. And when I talk to my clients about what ready to sell is, it's as close to hotel room standard as livable. And when you think about going to a hotel room, there's not a lot of extra stuff around or toys. It's a very simple bedside table and lamp, and lets people really imagine their self there. But the second part of that statement is also pretty valuable too, because it has to be livable. I know I have two young girls as well, and I couldn't imagine leaving my house in hotel room standard for more than an afternoon. Then our professionals come in. As soon as your home is clean to hotel room standard or pared down, or maybe we bring in some staging, then we bring in the cleaners. And the cleaners come in, and normally they come in the morning, and that afternoon we'll have the photographer come in. And having a really high-end photographer coming in with virtual walkthroughs and high-end photography is really the best way to sell your property, because that's the first impression everybody gets of your home. And then from there, we get the listing put together, and having your listing set up in a way that's going to attract in as many people as possible.
Okay, so what does that mean? What does it mean then for me to be getting my listing ready, and how do I go through that stage of this process?
So the most valuable component that you have to selling your home is that you know that home better than anybody else ever will. And so by taking the time to sit down to write out what, the key components of your house. When was the roof changed last? When was the furnace changed last? Do you do particular maintenance? Do you have some really cool upgrades or features you'd like to share? Or is there something about your home that you're maybe not so proud of that we can work on to have fixed and ready to go for the new listing? So then we'll be able to look at what the potential buyers will see before it goes live for everybody.
Okay, so all of this work has been done and we've gathered all the information that we need. So let's talk about what actual listing day is and what that means then in this part of the process.
So Listing is a staggered time process. So typically what we'll do just in such a hot market is a soft release, and we'll have it sent out to real estate agents, especially if we're holding our offers. And so maybe we'll give the agents that have really buyers that are further along in the process an advanced look to come out and take a peek at the home. And then on listing day, it goes live and everybody gets to see it. And that's the day that it hits the realtor.ca. That's the day that we get the general public calling to book phone call or to book walkthroughs. And that morning of listing day is always a big rush. I mean, even after 10 years for me, because you never know if you're going to have that home that you're going to have 30 phone calls in the first 2 hours and booked absolutely solid, or if it's the type of home that's going to take a little bit longer to see who's going to come in and to let the process kind of build on itself there.
Okay, so this year we know has looked a lot different than previous years in terms of selling. We have to be super conscious about COVID and doing everything safely. So how do I sell my home as safely as possible moving now into 2021?
So 2021 is a really interesting year for two factors. And I mean, the fun one for home sellers first is that as of currently today, January 8th, there are only 750 odd listings in the entire city of Ottawa, which is dramatically less than we'd expect. But with that, 2021, we do have special precautions that we're taking for COVID-19. And just know that when we're selling, anybody that comes through the home is wearing a mask. They're all hand sanitizing. And as real estate agents, we're all really working together to make sure that we're keeping everybody safe. So as agents, before we show houses, we're making sure that our clients haven't been away in the last 14 days. We're making sure they're not showing signs of COVID and make sure they don't have exposure to COVID-19. And we do have some extra special precautions that we're doing. Like I set up a video camera in most of the homes that we list, just to make sure that when people are coming in, they're not being foolish and not wearing masks, and we can have direct contact with the agent right there if there is any problems, which we haven't really experienced. And we're not listening on people or spying on them when they're there. There's no audio recording. It's just making sure that everybody's being compliant and protecting our sellers.
Okay, thank you so much, Michael, for giving these explanations. If any of you have any other questions or are curious to know more about the selling process, feel free to leave us a comment, and we will see you guys soon with another video.
And we'd be happy to start the process with anybody looking to start the process of selling their home in 2021.
Bye.
Thanks.